Hi you guys, happy Tuesday. How'd your cupcakes turn out yesterday? I want to see pictures. So what we're going to do today is you guys are going to level and fill those amazing vanilla cakes that you guys made yesterday. And then you guys are going to get 2 jumbo cupcakes, any 2 flavors that you guys want. Same flavors from yesterday, but you can get any 2 that you guys want. And then you guys are going to be rolling your cake pops. And remember, we're going to roll 7 of them because we're going to aim to decorate 6. And we do 7 just so that there's an extra one. So I'm going to teach you guys how to level and fill cakes today because that's what we're doing. So each of you is going to get one of these boards, and you're going to get a Sharpie, and you're going to put your name on your board. This is super important because from now on, this is going to be your cake. So I'm going to write Linda on my board. So we don't want anybody else to take mine. You're going to get 2 cakes. You're going to unwrap them. Once you unwrap them, you want to put the wrapper into the trash can. And I'm going to put my first one right on the middle of my board. And then I'm going to open my second one. Whoop, as I throw it, we can just kind of leave it right here on my wrapper for now. We'll come back to him. So this is my leveler. You do not have to be scared of my leveler. He's not going to hurt you. It's not very sharp. So you can see, I mean, it's maybe equivalent to like a butter knife. So don't worry, you're not going to like saw through this and chop your hands off or anything like that. I have them, there's little numbers here. I have them set to 4. If yours isn't set to 4, you want to check that it's on 4. That's the height of the pans that I use. So you guys want to do 4 because we're going to cut this really pretty dome off the top of your cakes. You guys did such a nice job baking them, but we don't really want the dome because you'll see if you stack your cake without leveling it, it looks like an hourglass. So there's all this extra space under here, and we're going to try to get rid of some of that, and because it doesn't lay very flat, and we want it to be super level and pretty. So what you're going to do is you're going to start with this guy. You need to make sure that both legs are on your table. If one leg falls off the table, you're going to have a really crooked cake, and that's going to be a bummer. So you want to make sure both legs are on your table, and then you're just going to start. I like to put one hand on the board or onto your cake, and then you're going to saw back and forth. And you'll just go back and forth. I'm trying to do it so you guys can see it a little bit easier. Let me center him a little bit better. So you want to keep him kind of in the middle. And you're going to go back and forth across your cake. If it doesn't quite get all the way on one side, you can turn it and then do the other side real quick. And then you level this side. So now you're going to put all these crumbs that you took off, this pretty dome part, and we're going to put it into my mixing bowl because we're going to make your cake pops with it. So it's kind of cool. We get to like recycle cake and make something even yummier out of it. Now that it's nice and cut, I'm going to take this white icing, and if it's not open, you can go ahead and open it. We're going to make a big old bag for you guys, and we're going to fill your cake. So we're going to put a whole bunch of white icing on the cake, and we want all those crumbs to get covered up there. So I'm just going to keep on going. Doesn't really have to be pretty. It's going to get covered up, so it doesn't really matter. So then we're going to start with our next one. I'm going to level it the same way. Make sure both legs are flat. I'm going to hold my cake in place, and I'm just going to saw right through the center. Just a little bit came off that time. So this is a super important step. When you're stacking your cakes, you want the crumbs to touch the other crumbs. So you want to flip it this way so that it goes on top just like this. It makes it so pretty on top. And that way you can see my cake is so pretty and so level now. Don't worry if there is a lot of gaps. We're going to fill those in when we crumb coat tomorrow. So for now, this is looking pretty darn awesome. If you have a cake that breaks at all, put that on the bottom because it's really easy to have the base be a little bit broken, and then we can kind of doctor it up with some icing tomorrow. The best part about freezing your cakes tonight is that this icing is going to get really solid, and it's going to glue the 2 pieces together. So then you'll have one solid piece tomorrow to crumb coat, and it'll be filled with delicious icing. So you guys enjoy, and don't forget to clean up after yourselves when you're done, and then you'll be making cake pops later. Have fun!
Hi! So I'm going to show you how to make rainbow bags because it's one of my favorite things ever. It doesn't have to be a rainbow, you can just use it for multicolor bags in general, but I'm doing a neon rainbow. So we need the saran wrap, and I'm going to close them. And then there's this little slidey thing that cuts in. And then that's all we need. So I picked these colors. You want to make sure that the bags are already cut, and it is much easier to make multicolor bags if your frosting's already in the bag. So upside, you should already have frosting in the bags. If not, and we're out of color, just ask a staff member to make you that bag. But I'm going to start with blue. So all I'm going to do is make a line, and if you get a little gap like that, just put a little love. Now if you wanted, so with the next color, I want it touching my line. I don't want it on top of it, but I want it directly next to it. The reason you want them touching is you're less likely to get air bubbles and explosions that'll ruin your pretty stripes. So you want to make sure that they're really close together. If you wanted to do just a 2-color bag, you could then go blue, pink, and have a stripe thing going on. You could also do like 2 more lines of blue and 2 more lines of pink to have a half and half bag. But I'm going to go the multicolor route. If you are doing the multicolor, I highly recommend that you don't do more than 6 colors because then it just gets really messy and it doesn't hold the colors for very long. So anywhere from 2 to 6 is good. And I'm just going to keep making sure they touch all the way down. Go with it.
So pretty.
Alrighty, so when you have them like this, I like to take the end that's closest to me and fold it a couple of times. The only reason I'm folding this is because it's easier to pick up. I'm going to do the same thing at the top now, which is the one that's away from me. But this time it gets a little tricky. So with your top line, you want it directly next to your blue line. See how it comes off on there? You want it touching on the side and then give it a little pet. We don't want to cover our blue line because it'll separate it and then you won't actually have a blue stripe in there. So we want it on the side, it's glued on there. We're going to go back to the bottom, pick it up, and wrap it to meet blue. Wrap it around. Now it should look kind of like a funky colored crayon sausage thing, and the best part is hold it nice and tight and sausage it. Just 2 or 3 times. So it should look like this. And then we'll need a pair of scissors and an empty bag. So if you look, not all of my lines are even. So what you want to do with your scissors is cut a part of your bag where you can see all your lines are touching. Then take your empty bag, open it up, and the part that you cut goes face first. Now this one isn't going to be heat sealed, so you want to really make sure you keep a good grip on the top. I'm going to cut off my little cone so I can show you what it looks like. Twist it nice and tight. And the fun thing about striped bags, so if I'm looking down and I can see the light blue, when I squeeze, that's the side that faces the front. If I turn it and I'm looking down at orange, orange is the side that faces the front. Yeah, those are multicolored